nice times for a demo. It's about AI. Everybody is thinking about AI. Every organization is thinking and considering how can I fit AI within my business strategy. It's also thinking how we can leverage AI for our customer to meet customer requirements and business requirements to get that competitive advantage. But what we are going to do today is we are going to think an insurance company, and the name is Parasol. And Parasol is a fictitious company. Yeah? And as any other company, they want to stay relevant. And also, as any other company, they started with a trial, and that is a chatbot. Or chatbot of what sometimes is called a virtual assistant. And the process where they want to enable AI is the claim process. And that is what I need you to come with me. We are going to do a journey, and I need your attention to stay with me. Remember, if you have a claim, what is what you want with your insurance company? To be solved as soon as possible, correct? Yeah? So, let's go and see if we are lucky and it works. I'm going to play different roles, yeah? So, the role that I am now is the claim adjuster. And as a claim adjuster, I have, this is my dashboard. And in the dashboard, what we see is all type of claims that I'm having. Actually, the rest is not relevant. What is relevant is this circle, the line that is in red, because that means that I'm having a lot of backlog. So I have a lot of claims, so let's go to have a look at the claims. And what we see here is indeed a backlog of claims. And why is this? Because each claim, what I need to do as a claim adjuster is I need to take into consideration the claim from the customer, the contract of the customer, the car type, the policy of the company. So a lot of data, that is a lot of cognitive load. So I need to spend a lot of time before I make the decision. So the idea of the business process owner was to help the claim adjuster to having a chatbot to reduce that decision time. Because the faster I make a decision, the faster the claim can be solved. That means it has impact in the customer experience. So let's have a look at the automotive claim, the first one. And here we have the repairs, what is all telling about the situation, action, the accident, etc., etc. Anyway, let's have a look at it. The first trial that we have about the chatbot of the Parasol assistant within Parasol, yeah? And it's telling me, hello, Maria. By the way, I am Maria. But just to ask about the recommendations, I would like to ask what are the recommendations that I can get to solve this, at least to help me to make a decision. So I asked, and yeah, what the heck, it is not very helpful. It's not telling me much what I can do. Why is this? This is because the model that we are using is a basic model. And that basic model is using generic data. That means that not have any knowledge whatsoever about claims and about repairs. So the good news is that at Parasol, they have been collecting a lot of information through the years, a lot of historical data. And there they have a lot of different type of accidents. The situational that you have, the information that you need, the car types, the different repairs, all of that is providing context, very valuable. And the process owner from Parasol went to the development team and said, can you please train this model with more valuable information? So we went to the developer team. I am in the development team. And what you see here is the interface of Postman desktop. And this is a cross-platform tool that we use at Parasol. And we use this because we can actually use it to develop containerized applications. And it's running in Windows and Linux in Mac. And the other bonus is that I can run Kubernetes clusters locally in the laptop. For a developer, that's what I want. I want to have everything as much as possible in my laptop, and when I am ready, then I can push that to the test environment. And what is new in the desktop Podman is this AI lab. This AI lab comes with many templates. We call it recipes. And these recipes actually is, there are pieces of code that you can start with as a developer to start creating tools. So let's have a look at it, the recipes. This here we have the chatbot, and that is the chatbot application that we have used to develop, actually that we have in the claim process that you have seen before with claim adjuster. What is important here is a basic model, so therefore we want to see which models we have here, and we are going to have a look at the models. And as we said, this is basic data, basic information that the model has, generic one. And what we are going to do is to see if we can actually train this model with claims and repairs data, so that then we can get valuable information to make the decisions faster. So let me deploy this service locally. So we are going to do the model service to create the service in the laptop. And actually, why I want to do this locally, there are many benefits that I can have. One, I don't need to wait for IT to give me hardware resources that I might need. The second one, I can play as a developer here on my laptop without potential risk of using customer sensitive data. And the third one, I don't need to be worried about cloud cost. So here we have deployed this in my laptop. So let me open to see the service details. And what we can see here, actually, is that we can have access to the client codes and snippets that allows the model, AI model, actually to put insert in our application. Here, the flexibility that we have to choose different programming languages. We can have here different programming languages that in this case, I'm going to choose Java. For the ones that we know, they know me, I know that Java is mine, but in this case, by coincidence, this application has been built in Java. So let's go to choose Java and Quarkus. And this is what makes to have now the model locally in my laptop. So let's go and switch to VS Code. And in VS Code, what you see, don't worry, you don't have to read. This is all the data that has been information that has been collected at Parasol, that we were talking about repairs, situational accidents, all these other decisions, and all different type of claims. So that is a piece of information that is very valuable for us later to train the model. So if we go to InstructLab, in InstructLab we want to teach the model, and we are going to teach the model new skills and new knowledge. And what is the advantage of InstructLab? Is that you don't need to be an expert of data science. This is text, as you can see, it's a jumbo file. It's text that you can read, it's readable. And the way that taxonomy works here is that you are going to provide the expert knowledge in the format of Q&A. So you have the expertise, and then in the format Q&A, that is the data that we can use then to train the model, that can generate data sets. And that large data sets are the ones that they will be used to train the large language model that is used by the chatbot. So here, let's go ahead and use InstructLab. What we are going to do is to generate the synthetic data. And we are going to use the endpoint rel AI. I'm going to explain later why I'm using the endpoint rel AI. But we are going to generate the data using, first of all, the Q&A data of the expertise, and second of all that context data that we have said before. Why I'm using here rel AI? Because here at Parasol, we are having an environment that is having the NVIDIA H100 GPUs. It's needed for all the processing power that we need to generate all these different combinations and to create this synthetic data. There are models behind that they are doing a lot of combinations, and that requires a lot of processing power. That's why we are using rel AI. Yeah? So this here, we have that now the synthetic data. And the next one that we are going to do is we want to use those large data sets to train the large language model. So what we are going to do is SSH to the environment RHEL AI. For the ones that they are not technical, actually, I'm just getting access, remote access to the environment. And here, what we are going to do now, we are going to train the model with that synthetic data that we have created, generated. So in the iLab, we have this creating. This is what is going to help us, is that the model will become more knowledgeable about claims and repairs. And what is the benefit of this? There are two. One, it will be consistent. Consistency to provide always the same answers or recommendations within the same conditions. Very important. And the second one is that the one that is going to help to accelerate the way the claim adjuster will make decisions. Very important, because that has impact in customer experience. So now that we have actually trained the model, what we're going to do is to serve this model to our Parasol, to the application of Parasol. So we can go here and serve the model to Parasol. You can play with this today, or you can go to see it, because we have that there in the sessions of today. And here we have the Parasol application with the trained model. This Parasol application will allow us, actually in theory, when we ask later about recommendations, we will get, hopefully, then real recommendations. So let's deploy it in the environment that we have here, that is actually OpenShift on AWS, because we want to test. So let me open the OpenShift console, and if we go there, we need to go to the networking, and then from networking to routes, and then we have the link, actually the URL where the application has been deployed. So this is what the developer has been doing. I have not got outside my developer's tools, and that is very beneficial. So if I want to test, we go to the test environment where we will see a new, under the repairs tab, we will see a new button that we didn't have before, and that is get recommendations. So let's go ahead and let's act for the recommendations. And now we're supposed to get better answers from the Parasol assistant. So here we said that we'd like to check and provide recommendations for the current claim. So let's say yes, please. And here we get some recommendations that we even have information to say more or less the time that it will take for the reparation. Very good data for the customer. And also, it is asking me if they want to do this claim actually to populate the claim with the recommendations. I say yes, this is about helping the claim adjuster to decide much faster. And therefore, we are happy with this. Important, the claim adjuster has the knowledge, thus you need to validate that the answers are also, and the recommendations are validated and accurate. So we go to say that thank you very much. We say we are happy for the purpose of the demo. We are happy with this, so thank you very much. I don't need more help for this. So what is what we have done? What we have done is this journey. I hope you are still with me. Are you? Yeah? What we have done is to have a basic model. The model was only with generic data. What we have done is to take that expertise and skills of data that we have created in the synthetic, we have generated the synthetic data to train this generic model. And that becomes then more knowledgeable about claims and repairs. For that we have used RHEL AI. Why? Because of processing power. And that is the environment that we need, because a lot of things need to be in creating all type of actually alternatives and combinations of the data. What happened next? Yeah, if it works, I would like to bring this to production. But if we bring this to production, I think we need to have different type of capabilities. For example, if we have the enable AI application, it would be good that I have the possibility to put the service up, to put the service down, or we can have, I don't know, resources, perhaps on demand, that I can add resources if needed. I can also perhaps to roll forward or roll back, and those type of capabilities is what we need to have in an enterprise solution and at production when we go live. So here is what we have and where OpenShift AI plays the role. So as a MLOps, I go now to the interface of Red Hat OpenShift AI. And here I have all the data that I need to fine-tune, if needed, the model based on end customer feedback. And here what you can see, if we have the data connections and the model server, also the pipelines, that if we go to the pipelines, because there is, I think, something that is very valuable, because what we want to do is, in the pipelines, is everything that we have done so far. What we would like to do is that this is repeatable, because that will bring a lot of efficiency. And repeatability, that means that we get new data, we can generate more synthetic data, we can keep training the model and updating the model, that is becoming, with more data, more real and actually more intelligent, if I can use that word here. But as an MLOps, this is not enough. This is going to be, we are going to have a lot of pipelines running. We are going to be using a lot of GPUs. So actually I need to know what is used and how it is consumed. So here you can have a metrics overview where you can see the memory allocation, you can get also the GPU utilization, the CPU utilization, and definitely to check if there is something that is not going wrong. And obviously today is going fine, but this is because it's a demo of a few minutes and this journey that we are doing. But it's extremely important to have this view, to keep track of what is in use and consumed. So if we are happy with the model, the next step would be to serve the model. That means is to move it to production, to put it live. So we go to model serving. In model serving, then what we want to do is to deploy the model to production. Let's go ahead and deploy the model. And here is that we can use and manage also different infrastructures. For now, what we are going to do is to deploy in the environment that we have, that is OpenShift on AWS. And what is important is one that I deployed there, very important, we will have then live, that means the chatbot will have the updated model. That means that the claim adjuster will have the benefit of getting answers much quicker, to treat all the claims much quicker. So let's go ahead, and then here we can see that we can have the claim adjuster is actually having a better life because the backlog of claims is getting reduced. As you can see there, that we have the red line has been reduced. So with this, it's the little journey that we have got together. If you want to play, this is very cool stuff, by the way. Use the day to go to the breakout sessions and to the village, the Red Hat village, because you can see this really in live. And what we have done is very simple flow. We start with a basic model. We have the Postman desktop for the developer that can build and develop. Then what we have used is the data that has been collected, customer data, that we have used to train that generic model. The generic model that we have used is Granite. That Granite model are developed by IBM Research, but they have been open source by IBM with Red Hat. So you can take that model to generate synthetic data with your customer data. We are using RHEL AI because of the processing power that we need to be able to train the model. And after that, then we have published to production to scale, bringing the model at scale. And there is where we have OpenShift AI, what is important for the right positioning of the different tools and the different platforms. And that means that every persona can actually work with their own tools. And with this, I would like to say thank you very much for your attention. And
No, the time